What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well, safe and sound, away from all this craziness that's in our world right now. And, well, let's talk about this for a second. So I got this thing in the mail. And normally I think that if I got something like this, I might look at it. Like, it was addressed to me, but I wasn't really sure. But I opened it and saw this thing for a organization called Doctors Without Borders, Medical Activities. And what it is, basically, they're asking me for donations of $35, $70, $105, $210, $525, $1,050, or other. I don't know where they get these weird fucking numbers from. But anyways, they're asking me for all this money, right? And I said, what is this for? It goes to, outpatient consultation, cases of malaria. And I was like, malaria? I'm like, do we have a problem with malaria in this country? Should have looked at the thing. Doctors Without Borders. Measles vaccinations, meningitis, patients admitted, different patients admittance, mental health, births, children treated for malnutrition, people for treatment on HIV, treated for cholera, major surgical interventions, emergency rooms, tuberculosis, sexual violence, hepatitis C, all of these things, and how they spend your money. And I realized the countries that they're asking for this money for, thanks to the transparency of what's going on in politics right now with these different stimulus bills and the different ways that we're finding out now how the government spends our money, those countries are already getting billions. And we're talking in some of them the hundreds of billions of dollars in aid from us to begin with. Hang on a second. So you're trying to tell me, like, every 6 months, we send billions of dollars to these countries, and they want me to send them more money, and they want you to send them more money? Does anybody have a fucking issue with this? Does anybody see that this might be some kind of fucking strange scam? They need that much fucking money that not only are we sending them billions of our tax dollars that we pay for, which, newsflash, even if I don't send a dime into this thing, I pay my taxes. You pay your taxes. So that means we're giving money to these other countries when, look, we could be using it right here. We need it. We need to hear. If there are kids that are in DCYF and stuff, there are kids that when the schools closed here because of the pandemic, a big problem was they said, well, sometimes that meal is the only meal the kid gets when they're at school because they're so poor. So we have literally our own kids here not able to eat, okay? We have a homeless population out of control, at least California. I don't know other places, right? We have a shitload of homeless veterans everywhere. We have a mental health crisis due to COVID and other shit that's going on. We have the opioid crisis or the drug abuse crisis. We have all of that stuff going on right here. And it seems like we're always running out of funding for this shit, right? We're always running out of funding and we're asking the government for more, begging the states are begging the government for more. And we're sending billions of fucking dollars over these other countries every 6 months for this shit that we're talking about right here. And then they send you a fucking letter in the mail asking you for more? Think about this shit for a second. Now, the problem is, some people, well, Jerry, this is not new. No, it's not new. This shit has been going on probably for my entire fucking life, but I never noticed it. I never paid attention to it till now. Now that I've literally woken up and looked around me, a lot of shit's starting to make sense, and a lot of stuff doesn't make sense. And this is one of those things like, Jerry, you should give money to the kids. Where is the money going that we're giving to the kids already? My question is, $45 million given to Pakistan for gender studies? Look, I'm pretty sure here in America we have every single fucking gender study piece of data you need. We could literally just give them the data for free and let them go by our studies and our data rather than doing the same exact experiments and studies that we did already and getting the same fucking data. Like, it's... I don't know. I don't know where to go, guys. I don't understand what to do. I don't understand how this fucking happens. It's just like our whole lives, the government, these things like this, the things on TV when you hear Sarah McLachlan pop on for the dogs, that you have to change the channel because they get the dog with one eye or the cat with one eye or the dog sitting in a cage fucking shaking. They got the things on TV with the little kids with the swollen bellies with the fly on the eyeball. Like, they tug at your heartstrings left and right, and our government is dumping bunches of money into this already. Now, my question is this. If the government is giving you billions of dollars already and you haven't solved this and it's still just as bad, what the fuck difference is my money going to make? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Because they're going to be people that send them in $35. Say, well, all I can afford is $35, or other, like all I can afford is $20, or whatever the case may be. No offense, but what do you think your $20 is going to do if billions of dollars didn't help? Like, you're not getting, well, if I could save one kid, I understand that. If I can save one kid, if I can help one kid. But the problem is, I feel like, in my personal opinion, the billions that are being flooded over there are not being used for the kids. They're being used for something else. Something else that they should not be being used for. So we already paid that bill with our tax dollars, sending that money over there. Why the fuck do we have to pay another bill? Look, if they're misappropriating the funds and shit in those other countries, that's their fucking problem. If we gave them the money and fucking they didn't do what they're supposed to do, fuck them. That's it. Plain and simple. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. If my mom fucking gave me $20 and I was supposed to go to the store to buy fucking shoes or whatever for school, and I took it and bought comic books with it, guess what? I wouldn't have no fucking shoes for school. She's not gonna dish me out another fucking $20 and say, go buy your fucking sneakers with this. Don't worry about the comic books. Like, you learn your fucking lesson by learning your fucking lesson, by somebody not bailing you out. So if we keep bailing them out like this nonstop, all that's going to happen is we're going to siphon more of our money out of our fucking bank accounts over to these other fucking countries, and I guarantee you it's still not going to reach these kids. What's the answer? I don't fucking know, but I know this. We're being fucking bled dry little by little out of our bank accounts under the guise of humanitarian need. And it's fucking heartbreaking. There are things like the Susan B. Komen Foundation, which we found out that very little of that actually goes to research. A lot of the money goes to pay their employees. Non-profit organization paying their employees fucking $6,000 a month. How the fuck does that work? You know, flying first class, going to these different places. Like, look, you're a humanitarian, put your ass in coach. You know what I mean? Like, don't take the money out of the friggin', it gets frustrating. But that's where we're at, guys. Like, I opened this thing and I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, and I guess we get an armband. Red indicates a child severely malnourished. I don't know we get these, like, they have these little exercises for you to do and stuff, like cut this armband off and you wear it around. I'm like, it comes with like a whole exercise to do to keep you fucking busy while they ask you for the money. Man, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, guys, but I know the answer is not keep sending money to countries that keep spending it and not giving it to where it should be going. I know that for a fact.